If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs. One way or another, this set works for a priest. It also works for a warlock. Yes, I think it does work for a warlock. The Frostwind Mantle, Isle Expeditions. You can get it as a drop-off of your Isle Expeditions, or buy it on the auction house. Probably your best bet. That's a recolor from a tier set in Cata. The chest piece, Tunic of Smoldering Ire. Neltharian's Lair. Dargrul is the boss, of course, that is from a Legion dungeon, so it's spammable. The belt, out of the Nighthold, as you can see the boss and the drop rate. Antiquated Highborn Cinch. There's a couple of lookalikes, so check Wowhead for that. Moving on, we're going to show you the legs, which are the leggings of the 3rd degree. Vault of Wardens, which is of course a Legion dungeon. Ash Golem is the boss, kind of a low drop rate, but worth the effort. And we have a Lady Draenor showing the feet, sort of. Frostwind Ankle Wraps, which is part of the same set as the shoulders, so you get those for Isle Expeditions or buy them on the auction house. And the hands, Frostwind Gloves, Isle Expeditions as well. Or you can buy it on the auction house, probably your best bet to go that direction. And the cloak is next, dark leather cloak, vanilla level leatherworking, or you could buy it on the auction house. I believe there's a lookalike from a quest reward in Felwood, and the head, part of the same tier set from Isle Expeditions as well. And the weapon, which is your Mage Order Haul, it is the Frost Artifact, so that's for Frost. Had fire in mind when I put this set together. Fearless Gladiator Silk MS. This is Alliance only. Legion PvP vendor. That's in Dalaran. Marks of Honor, you have to buy the whole set if you don't have the shoulders as of yet. Moving on, the chest piece is from a major world event, which is the summer event. 100 Burning Blossoms to get the vestment of summer. And yes, it does look like summer. It looks like barbecue to me. Nightborn showing you the Belt of Broken Pact. Siege of Orgrimmar Garrosh Hellscream is the boss, 15% on the drop rate. Next up, the boots, which you could farm. You could farm these if you want, straight out of Scarlet Monastery. Do it over and over again, or just buy them on the auction house to get those kind of golden reddish boots, durable boots. So a few lookalikes, so check Wowhead for that. We have a Lady Orc showing you shadowy laced hand wraps from Stratholme Baroness Anastaria, or Anastari. 22% on the drop rate to pick up those kind of brown and gold hands. Sergeant's Heavy Cape, Stormwind, Legacy Quartermaster, I believe that's Alliance only, but you can find other brown capes to match this if you're Horde, so that's not difficult. Have a Worgen Dude who's showing us the head, part of the same tier set as the shoulders. Legion PvP vendor. You have to buy the whole set, as I said earlier, but the fact is, eventually Blizzard probably break it up. You just buy the pieces, hopefully. The weapon, which is part of your staff legendary, it's quest reward in Borean Tundra. You might have seen this set before if you watch these videos, because it goes with all clothes. You can put it on a priest, you can put it on a warlock. The shoulders, as you can see, Throne of Thunder Heroic Jinrock the Breaker, 12% drop rate. The chest piece looks very different on the male tunes than it does obviously on the female tunes. Occasionally you get a piece like that. This is one of them. This is a quest reward, the Fallen Exarch BC version of Tarokar Forest. We have a Lady Draenor. As you can see, the chest looks a little bit different. Tomb of Sargeras, Maiden of Vigilance, Strife, Riddled, Cinch, 5% on the drop rate for the belt. Moving on, we're going to show you the legs, which are the leggings of Ancient Magic, Zul Aman, as you can see the boss, and a pretty decent drop rate for the purple and red and the slight shade of black legs. Looking awesome on an undead. Silent Flame Sandals, which you really can't see that well on him. Throne of Thunder, Lightning Guardians, kind of a fair drop rate to get the boots. And the gloves are also part of the same tier set as the shoulders and the boots. Life Drainer's Sordid Grip, Throne of Thunder Heroic, Duramu the Forgotten, what's his name? I don't remember. 14% is the drop rate. See, I do remember the drop rate though. The back, if you want to piss off any given BM hunter, just kill the boss or the rare in Skolazar Basin, or you could buy the cloak on the auction house, or check your local Wowhead to see if there's a lookalike, and the weapon Dragon Soul Elementium Fragment, 38% drop rate. This is Frost or Arcane, I think. Shoulders, Slaughterhouse Balders. Mythic Highmaul, the Butcher is the boss. 12% is the drop rate to get those funky looking shoulders. The chest piece, or the robe, is very easy to get. Siege of Orgrimmar, LFR, that's not right. That's a crafted piece from Wrath of the Lich King, so I kind of made a boo-boo on that. Moving on, we're going to show you the belt, which is the Antiquated Highborn Cinch, Nighthold. As you can see, the boss, 16% on the drop rate to get the belt. Check Wowhead for lookalikes, there are a few. Moving on, we're going to show you the feet, the Jangle Spur Jackboots, which you really can't see on a Janai here. LFR Dragon Soul, 12% is the drop rate to get the boots. And the gloves, which you could easily get. Blackrock Foundry Mythic version, Admiral Garen is the boss, 14% is the drop rate, so part of the same tier set, I believe, as the shoulders, so make sure you're in Mythic version. And the back, Pulled Wool, Felwood, Dance for Rumbo, it's a quest reward, or you could buy it on the auction house. Get it from your local leather worker, it's called the Dark Leather Cloak, also it's a lookalike. Anyway, the head, part of the same tier set as the hands and shoulders, so we're rocking that. Looks great, I think. And the weapon, which is a staff out of Siege of Orgrimmar Mythic, Siege Crafter Black Fuse, 23% on the drop rate. Make sure you're, of course, you're on Mythic version. Shoulder pads of Dao Dao Chang. Siege of Orgrimmar Mythic, Sun Tenderheart will drop them. 14% is the drop rate. Now we're going to show you the chest, which is kind of easy to get. You got to head over to Molten Core, various mobs, or just step up by it on the auction house. It's called the Elegant Tunic, and it is very elegant. It says very Fire Mage to me, but that's just me. Anyway, we have a Dark Iron Dwarf showing you the belt, which is out of Siege of Orgrimmar Mythic, part of the same tier set as the shoulders. Malkorok is the boss, 14% is the drop rate, and our dwarf is going to stick around, show us the legs. Out of Mount Hyjal, the raid, Archimond is the boss, 28%. Archimond really gets around, doesn't he? And we're going to show you the boots next on a Lady Blood Elf, the boots of Shifting Nightmare. Serpent Shrine Cavern, Hydrosity Unstable. I believe that's the first boss in raid, so you could just kind of pop in there and see if you can get it. Relinquish Gauntlets, that's basically a drop or from a vendor. Broken Shores, where the vendor is. Ember Silk Cloak, Maradon, various mobs, or just step up by it on the auction house. Undead, showing the head. Cowl of Light's Purity, very priest-like. Sunwell Plateau killed Jaden, 20% on the drop rate. And the offhand is out of Ungoro Crater. It's a quest reward. You could go with any dark brown or light brown book, essentially. And the weapon really ties everything together nicely, which is out of Hellfire's Citadel. Bronze and purple go together pretty well if you're a mage. Shoulder pads of Dao Dao Chang. Siege of Orgrimmar LFR Sun Tenderheart is the boss, and 15% is the drop rate. The robe is going to bring you to Cataclysm, Ruthless Gladiator Silk Robe, 3 marks of honor from your PvP vendor, who's located in either Stormwind or Orgrimmar, depending on your faction, which may not no longer be the case in the next X-Pac. We'll find out soon enough. Siege of Orgrimmar LFR version. Malkorok is the boss, fair drop rate to get the belt. Part of the same tier set as the shoulders, by the way. And next, the feet, which you really can't see on a Lady Troll. Ritual Sandals, Welling Caverns, it's a vanilla dungeon, so it's spammable, or you could just step up, buy it on the auction house. We have a Lady Night Elf showing you the hands, Tide Speaker's Gloves, Stormsong Valley, Unnecessary Duress, quest reward, or you could just Google it on Wowhead and find an equal substitute or a lookalike, which there may be. The back is Pulled Wool. It's also known as the Dark Leather Cloak. You could get a quest reward from Felwood here, or just check your local leather worker or buy it on the auction house as the Dark Leather Cloak. Ruthless Gladiator Silk Cowl, Stormwind Orgrimmar, Cata PvP vendor, 3 marks of honor, part of the same PvP set as the robe. And the weapon is Baleful Spire out of Tanan Jungle, Baleful Armament. It's one of those weapons you could just kind of make and drops at 9%. If you're still listening up and until now, I want to say thank you for watching, and I'll close out by saying what I always say: whatever it is by you, whether it is morning, afternoon, or night, make your day epic.